There it is.
Steel cage breaks, bodies fly, ladders rise, the crowd's war cry. Power bombs, necks collide, suffering fuels the warrior's pride. Revolution X, watching pain ignite, charging chaos, screaming through the fight. Blood on the mat.
Smoke weed every day.
We review the carnage, the glory, the pain, every slam, every roar. Revolution X craves more. Chairs swing, skulls collide, ropes burn as giants collide. Submission holds, arms snap, twisting fate in a brutal trap. Revolution X, judges of despair. Wrestling's torment, we rip and tear. Blood on the mat, chaos reigns.
that's done.
We review the carnage, the glory, the pain, every slam, every roar. Revolution X craves more. Blood on the mat, chaos reigns. We review the carnage, the glory, the pain. Every slam, every roar. Revolution X craves more.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Doobie Den. It is Friday night, so you know what that means. It's another edition of the Rev X Wrestling Review. I'm Buddha Fire. That's MJ Hat. We are Revolution X, and man, for these to be go-home shows, they actually wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that's the general consensus I'm feeling, brother. Oh, I lost your camera. Oh, okay, there you are. That's the general consensus I'm feeling, brother. There's definitely some vibes in the air. I don't know. I felt good about Raw, not as great as about SmackDown, but that's the norm, right? That's
the norm.
That's par for the course, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. I mean, overall though, I thought it was pretty good. Are you gonna yell at me? Kid's gonna yell at me. Both shows, I'm just gonna throw this out there, come to you from London, England. Fantastic. Means they got to spend a week in the UK. Love it. We started with a recap of the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments leading up to the finals this Saturday. That understandable, Dark Tree. Dark Tree says didn't get to watch a lot this week. Obafemi opens the show on Raw, says the crowd is wonderful, says since he was born, he's been blessed with passion, destiny, gas, let him beat Brock and get as far as he could in the tournament. Destiny will take him to new heights as he becomes the king of the ring. He asked the crowd when he wins, does he go after the WWE Championship, which got no reaction. So, Cody, it sounds like you're safe. Or should he go for the World Heavyweight Championship, which got a huge pop? So, Roman, I know you're all about this acknowledge me stuff, but you might have a problem. Anyway, he goes to say something else, and then of course, Yeet, Jey Uso's music hits. The crowd is going wild for him. Jay goes to run it back and says, Oba goes, no, we're not doing that. But it still happens. Jay says he's been champion. That's something Obafemi has never tasted. They're counting him out because he can't beat Oba. He said he is going to climb the mountain that is Obafemi and become king of the ring and go after Cody Rhodes. So, I mean, okay. He tells Oba, this is your warning shot. Oba says, when you shoot, don't miss, because if you do, I will destroy you. And if you don't, I will still destroy you. He tells Jay he's not even the family he is worried about. Tells Jay to take his stupid bullets and get ready for the wall that is Obafemi. Buddha, how was the opening segment for you?
It was solid. Like the London crowd was all for Obafemi. Like he gets one hell of a reaction, I can tell you that now. And I mean they went just as wild for Jey Uso. There wasn't a person in that place on Monday night that wasn't eating.
True.
Like that place was wild.
Yeah, I thought it was a great opening segment. Good way to start the week. Backstage, Adam Pearce Adam Pearce is coming. What's up, Misa? Welcome in. Adam Pearce is coming when LA Knight asks him if he's talking to Roman. Knight starts bitching about the Usos, and Jimmy comes in and asks him, what the hell are you doing? They bicker back and forth for a little bit. Knight tells Pearce to shut up. Pearce says, oh, you didn't just tell me that. So tonight it's going to be you versus him. And if you don't like it, what's the word?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how it is. So we move forward. The first match on the card of the night was the Women's Tag Team Championship. This was Paige and Brie Bella, the reigning defending Women's Tag Champions, taking on Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Before the match starts, they interview Bayley and Lyra backstage, and they both say, tonight's the one. You can tell something is bothering Lyra when they are making their entrance. She isn't her normal perky self. Agreed. And spoiler alert, called this. She starts the match off with Paige and has some offense before tagging to Bayley. Paige gets the upper hand and gets Brie in the match, and they hit a double bulldog on Bayley. Bayley recovers and hits a belly to Bayley on Brie for 1-2 ooh. Paige gets the hot tag. The crowd goes wild because, London. It's Paige. What do you want? The finish scenes, Lyra hit a fisherman suplex and goes for a second, but Paige turns it into a rampage for the win. After the match, Bayley consoles Lyra, but Lyra snaps and attacks Bayley. Lyra snaps Bayley off of one side of the ring off the rope and then snaps her off the other side of the ring off the ropes. Bayley got tossed around like a fucking rag doll here. Let's see. Till security comes out, Lyra hits Bayley with Nightwing and leaves her laying in the ring. In parentheses, Buddha put, what the fuck did I just watch? So, Buddha, would you like to expand?
Oh, you could see something was wrong with Lyra, but you never would have thought it would have been Lyra to turn on Bayley. I honestly thought it was going to be the other way around. But for Lyra to do that, and basically in the same way that she was done by Becky Lynch, it was kind of nice to see. It'll be nice to see Lyra maybe become a good dominant heel. Maybe that's what she needed, because honestly and truthfully, she wasn't getting over as a face.
No, I agree with that. Good
Nobody's
heel
doing the
might be
stupid,
exactly what she needs.
woo, woo. I mean, nobody's doing that. Like you would see a few in the
You
crowd
mean
do
the,
it.
the bird call?
Yeah, yeah.
Woo!
Woo,
Woo! Yeah.
woo.
I
Stupid.
can't get behind it. Honestly, I knew that this was coming. I agree. I thought it was going to be the other way around too. But Lyra being the heel here, I hope to see these two have a meaningful rivalry. At least all the way up till, I don't know, December, I'll be happy with. I don't want to see it at Mania. I don't think we need it at Mania. Rage, thank you for the lurk, buddy. Appreciate you. Yeah, about December, maybe Rumble time, maybe. Um, Backstage, Jackie Redmond trying to get something out of Lyra, but she's blood red in her face, and she looks like she's going to hit Jackie. That is a good look for Lyra.
Yeah.
I pissed off Lyra is great Lyra.
Yeah, it was nice.
And she just walks off. She just walks off. I'm glad we're on the same page with that, Buddha. I was a little concerned. Chad Gable is our next segment. He makes his way to the ring. Gable loves the crowd's energy, and they are chanting for him. Says he's had one hell of a month, starting with losing his El Grande Americano mask. Says he's realized that wasn't the only thing he lost. Says he lost his reputation, he lost friends, and all. He then invites out Alpha Academy to the ring. They come down, and Chad thanks them. Tells Maxine that since the day she joined Alpha Academy, she just wanted to be the best. And congrats for her doing something that he never did, and that's hold a singles title, which is true. Right? Memes rage. I don't have any memes, but we'll talk memes later. Memes come later. Said the way he treated her was pathetic. Tozawa has the heart of a lion, he says. I'm sorry I held you back. He didn't deserve it. That's on Gable. Otis, you are by far, without a doubt, the most loyal friend. Says he would have taken a bullet for him. They've been friends for 20 years, and he misses him. Right there. Bullet to the heart. I almost teared up. Just a little. Just a smidge. Just tiny. But that's good storytelling. That's wonderful storytelling. They've held tag gold together, but Gable says he threw it all the way for the Intercontinental title, and that's on him. Says they don't owe him a damn thing, but he owes them, and he looks them in the eye and says, I'm sorry. Otis is visibly tore up here and goes to shake Gable's hand, but Maxine Dupree jumps right in front of him and says, excuse me. Grabs the mic out of his hand, says, excuse me. There was a time where we believed everything you had to say. Says she knows everybody wants to believe him, but he is a liar. Says she says it's always been about Chad. Chad this, Chad that. Says that she achieved the dream without him and then realized they don't need him. And they didn't need him then. They don't need him now. So they're going to leave him like he left them, alone. Chad is left visibly upset in the ring. Otis goes to get out of the ring and he stops and he looks back at Chad. It's almost looks like he wants to defy what Maxine has said here, but he doesn't. He leaves the ring. How was this segment for you?
You know, I can't wait to see Gable actually go back to a heel. Because I'm sorry, I'm not buying this face character that he's trying to pull. It's not.
Okay.
When he came to the ring, he got really behind his song this week. So like he had like motions and everything, and like the crowd was kind of with him, but like you could tell that he was just it's irking him, it's eating him. He wants that heel turn so badly, and honestly and truthfully, maybe it's a good thing to let that happen.
I agree. Asian boy with the 15 stream streak. Thank you for that. Simon with the lurk. Appreciate you, bud. Dark Tree says, nope, not happening. Yeah, that's agreeable, man. We get a backstage segment up next with Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. Mysterio tells Dragon Lee to teach Ethan Page respect about the lucha libre. Penta comes in and delivers a whole Espanol monologue and agrees. And then Dragon makes his way to the ring. Match number 2 was, in fact, that match. It was a singles match. It was Dragon Lee taking on Ethan Page. Dragon had control for most of the early part of the contest. Ethan turns Dragon's mask to the side to take the upper hand and get some offense in. Dragon gains the upper hand back and goes to hit a powerbomb, but Ethan headbutts Dragon Lee in the nuts, man, in the nuts, and hits the egoplex for the win on the 3 count. What did you think of this one, Buddha?
I have to say that I like the fact that he's no longer using the twist of fate. Like that earned Ethan Page a lot of brownie points switching to the egoplex. Like it's quick, it's easy, it's right up his alley, and it looks so much better than him doing the twist of fate.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. We get a trailer for Unreal Season 3, July 21st. Woohoo. Or better yet, ooh, sorry, that was weak. Ooh, that's better. That's better. Then we got a vignette on the Vision versus the Street Profits for the tag titles later tonight. Which is, yes. Oh, sorry. My volume's up. I apologize. It's me being a professional strimmer. Backstage interview with the Vision. Theory says everyone is after the Vision. He says they had to sacrifice to be there and talks about Logan Paul. Paul says if he had a choice, he would take the cast off and fight right now. Breaker says, don't worry, bro. They'll take care of business tonight. And if Rollin pokes his head off, Breaker will rip it off. Yeah. Jackie Redmond welcomes Io Sky to the ring. Jackie asks Io how excited she is for the match at Night of Champions. Io, being the face she is, the super baby face, is very excited. She said last week she beat Raquel, and Saturday she will beat Liv to become queen.
That's supposed to say Liv.
Now that is not Liv. He put Luca. I don't know what Luca. But Liv's music hits and she makes her way to the ring. I thought it was Liv. That was messed me up. She tells Io she forgot who she is dealing with. Tells Io that she is so much better than her because she is the greatest world heavyweight champion and future Queen of the Ring winner and Royal Rumble winner of all time. I can't do it. So much more talented. She's the face of the division. She's missing her crown, yada, yada, yada. So when she beats Io, she will be the first person to ever be champion and queen at the same time. She will also embarrass Rhea Ripley when it's time for her. Io asks Liv if she's sure if that crown is going to fit on that big head of hers, and then goes into a tirade in Japanese. Liv takes a cheap shot, but Io gains the upper hand quickly and hits a springboard drop kick. Io celebrates in the ring while Morgan looks on from the outside. Does that match excite you at all?
I really hope
I'm hearing a no.
I really hope they're going to give it to Io, but I'm kind of seeing where they're going with this Liv thing too.
Yeah, I'm spoiler alert. My prediction for this one is Liv Morgan, and I'll tell you why. You don't put the champion into the Queen of the Ring tournament without there being some sort of merit to it.
The only way I see Io winning this really is if Raquel or Roxanne accidentally cost Liv the match. I see that being the only way that it actually goes and doesn't make Liv look weak.
That's a possibility. We get a backstage segment with the Usos. Jimmy says he has LA. Jacob says he only takes orders from the OTC. Jay asked what the plan is, and Jacob says, wait. Interesting. Match number 3 was a singles match. It was LA Knight taking on Jimmy Uso. There's a small backstage segment here. right after the commercial break, because you know how they do things. One will come out, commercial, then we get a segment, then we back to the ring. Backstage, Dom and JD are with Danhausen and want their money. Danhausen says he spent it on some stuff, and JD says he gives the money or they're going to take his stuff. Danhausen then cursed JD, and JD McDonough gets electrocuted. Well, we know what happened to the last people that got electrocuted. I mean, just look at Miz and Kit Wilson. Ooh. A good start to the match with both men, back to LA Knight and Jimmy Uso, with both men getting in some offense, both inside and outside the ring. Jimmy gets the upper hand and controls a good portion of the match, but LA Knight makes a comeback. Knight goes for a superplex, but gets distracted by Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy knocks him off the top rope. As the ref is checking on Knight, Solo then hits a Samoan spike on Jimmy, and Knight then takes advantage of this and hits the BFT for the win.
Yeah.
Buddha. Talk to me,
buddy. It made a little sense. The only reason I say that it did is because Solo told Jacob the last time they had seen each other that if he didn't stop interfering, he was going to interfere himself. And that kind of showed out right there in that match. Knight was confused, which played that part perfectly. Took advantage and got the win.
Rage, thank you for the 20 biddies. Moose, thank you for the 6 hours of microscape time for yourself. Appreciate you, bud. And Dark Tree says, the only thing Liv sucks is Dom. Where was I? Backstage interview with the Street Profits. They say they are taking the titles and they want the smoke. They always want the smoke. Yeah, exactly, Moose. Moose agrees and goes, ew. Usos equals mid-Carter, says Dark Tree, and will never be out of the OTC's shadow. Agreed, Dark Tree.
Not wrong, buddy.
Not as long as the bloodline's a thing. Not as long as the bloodline's a thing. They tried with Jay, right? They tried. They elevated him up. They even gave him a win over Gunther. They let him tap him out.
And a shitty title.
He held the title for what? 50 some days?
58 days.
Ugh. Ew. Yeah, just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. We get a backstage interview with Bailey from Jackie Redmond. Jackie asks if she has anything to say. She says no, but she looks angry and distraught, like she just lost her best friend. Oh.
Wait a minute.
Oh. Right. Then we get another backstage segment. It's Judgment Day. Raquel is going after Soul for the women's intercontinental title. Sorry, I'm all kinds of tongue twisted today. They take JD to medical where he was electrocuted. Well, you know what? Don't go around Danhausen when he's got electrical equipment out. Just saying. Seth Rollins gets a sit-down interview with Corey Graves. Does he feel like he's put a dent in the vision? Short answer is yes. He supports the Street Profits. Asks about the steel cage match with Breaker. Rollins says he knows the risks, but if you have a problem, sometimes you have to find a way around the problem. Says the match will tell who Seth Rollins is. Says if he beats Breaker, he can go after the title he never lost. So I see two paths right here, and I'm going to diverge for a second.
Sure.
If Obafemi wins King of the Ring, right? Which is, again, spoiler alert, that's my prediction. If Obafemi wins, Obafemi will take on the OTC at SummerSlam.
Yes.
If Obafemi loses, Seth Rollins will take on the OTC at SummerSlam.
Yes.
So, just long-term booking, my friends. Long-term booking. JD equals how to end a faction, turn them into backstage comedy skits. Fair, Dark Tree. Fair. We get a backstage segment with Chad Gable. Dom Mysterio walks up and says Gable owes him an apology. Gable says he is the one that sent him to AAA in the first place and calls Dom a dumbass. And as for his apology, he can try to beat it out of him. Dom left and he says he can have JD next week. They go over the card for Night of Champions, blah, blah, blah. And then we have our main event. Buddha, let me ask you, though. Do you think that match between Chad Gable and JD McDonough, will it be any good?
No. No. That'll be a squash more than anything. Gable will get the win on that in no time. Pardon me, guys. Nope, none. Not even worth watching, Dark Tree says.
Ooh, ouch. Sorry, I had to grab a baby. She's being fuzzy. Match number 4, like I said, our main event. It was the Tag Team Championships for Raw. It was the Street Profits taking on the Vision. If the Profits win, they will be 5-time Tag Team Champions. I just had a flashback of Booker T.
Yep.
Raw next week starts at 6 p.m. Eastern. Interesting. Both these teams come full throttle out the gate. The Street Profits get the upper hand and almost have it won. But Logan Paul puts Theory's foot on the rope. The ref sees it and kicks him out of the match. Ooh. Breaker hits a clothesline across from the announce table to go in commercial break. When we come back, Profits are in control. Ford is beating Theory's ass. 1-2, ooh. Breaker gets the tag and hits a big suplex for a 2 count. Vision hits a top rope bulldog on Ford. Oh, yeah, on Ford for another 2 count. Breaker throws the ring steps in the ring and distracts the ref. Logan Paul shows back up with the brass knuckles and Joe Hendry. Wait, did anybody say his name?
No.
I don't think anybody said his name.
Nope.
So he appeared without his name.
Yep.
Interesting. Joe Hendry shows up and chases Paul off. As Theory goes for the knuckles, Rollins' music hits and it distracts Breaker. Rollins shows up behind and takes the knuckles and hits Theory with them. Breaker then sees Rollins and chases him out of the arena, leaving Austin Theory in the ring all alone by himself with the Street Profits. Man, Braun Breaker, you sealed the deal on that one. Montez Ford hits a beautiful frog splash, and 3 seconds later, we have new tag team champions. Buddha?
Oh, that was solid. I wanted that to happen, and it happened. Oh, that was so solid. The way they booked the ending of that match, though, was just priceless. Rollins causes everything to start in motion. Breaker takes off after Rollins, leaving Theory dead to rights in the ring against a good, solid team in the Street Profits. I'm happy to see that the Street Profits are your new Raw Tag Team Champions.
Me too. I didn't like it on the Vision, to be honest. Dark Tree says, but once again, the tag division still sucks right now.
It does.
I mean, at least the Street Profits are better than the Vision. I'll say that. For this to be a go home show, it was a solid outing. The matches were great. Lyra turning on Bailey was great. Maxine telling Chad Gable to basically go fuck himself was great. Having new and deserving tag team champions in the Street Profits was awesome. I gave this a 3.5. Buddha, what did you have?
I gave this a 4.
4. High marks. Okay. Yeah, but that was it for Raw. Dark Tree says 3 in the chat. Anybody else want to chime in with their numbers from chat? Well, why is that playing? That should not be playing. I'll have to fix that later. Sorry that it says now playing on my screen. My bad, guys. Buddha, I think you're up.
All right, guys. SmackDown comes to us from the O2 Arena in London. We open with the WWE Championship story from last week. It's a nice little vignette. Trick Williams opens the show, says he got married. Congratulations to him. Let's talk about Ricky Saints. I'm going to whoop your ass. Ricky Saints comes out and runs his mouth. He says, I'm going to take that title tomorrow. Trick responds, find a dentist. You're going to need that. Saints hits a cheap shot or 2 and dips. What'd you think, man?
Honestly, I could care less about Trick Williams or any of this opening angle whatsoever. I'm not a big fan of Ricky Saints either. And I know On Friday nights, we host a VC, right? We've been watching these SmackDowns with a group of people. People that were in there know I was bitching the whole time. I said this is probably one of the worst opening segments we've had in a while. But that's just my opinion. Take it or leave it. Dark Tree says RS Ricky Saints not ready, needs more building time.
Agreed.
Agreed.
We are in ads at the moment.
That's WWE most of the time lately, says GSK. Caledon, I mean, yes and no. They've got their highs and their lows. They've got their highs and their lows, brother. Are both channels in ads, or is it just mine?
No,
it's both. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, that's fine. We can take this next 60 seconds to tell you to open a tab to both Twitch channels, man. This is something you guys should be doing on a regular basis. If you can, that would be great. If not, that's okay too. We still appreciate the love and support. And if you guys want to come up on the stage after we go over the cards while we're doing predictions, you are more than welcome to.
Hey, Moose.
RSDJ says thank you for following Buddha Moose. Appreciate that. RSDJ says, very quick flyby. Sorry to interrupt your WWE thing. How is the new Fleet Commander chair going? Well, it's nice. Thank you, RS, for losing the race to 70. Appreciate you. Appreciate you a lot. Well worth the 6 months of grinding. Well worth it. I thank you. We'll get together at some point over the weekend and discuss other things. I have to have a talk with you. So I don't know, man. I'm kind of trying to stay positive, but you know how it is. I guess Buddha. Just Ricky Saints isn't my guy. I just can't get behind him. And Trick Williams, I have even less love for him. So I don't know. I don't know how to describe that.
So here's a good one for those.
Here's a good one for those who know. Okay. Uh oh.
RSDJ, Hat thanks you for the lurk. WWE has forgotten the face of their fathers. That's very true, Dark Tree.
Oh, 100%. I think we're out of ads now, Buddha. If you wanted to,
so let's get back into it. Replay from last week on Charlotte Flair leads to Alexa Bliss interview and how her and Tiffany are working together, which leads us into the first match of the night. It's Tiffany Stratton and Alexa Bliss taking on B-Fab and Meechin. Yeah. The heels dominated the early part of the match. Alexa was the punching bag for the most of it. Jade Cargill ended up interfering behind the ref's back for B-Fab to get the pin off on a botched PME. Chelsea Green comes out to attempt to make the save and succeeds. Chelsea Green, man.
Yeah, Chelsea Green had a lot to do tonight. A lot to do. She was outside in that ring twice, maybe even 3 times. Chelsea was all over the show, and rightfully so. Don't get me wrong. Chelsea Green is on this heel to face, like she's on this road to redemption with Tiffany Stratton. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I don't really understand it, and I just wait for the day when these two turn on each other, because that's only a matter of time.
I agree. In the back, Solo Sikoa meets with the MFTs. MFTs come to discuss Roman and tell Solo they are out. So apparently there is no more MFTs, guys.
Bum. Broken Wolf, thank you for the 5. Appreciate that.
I hate to say it, but I don't like how they booked the ending of the MFTs. Can't say I'm a fan. Mm-hmm. But then again,
I'm more concerned with what I'm more concerned with what they do with them moving forward. Like Tala Tonga and Tama Tonga, is that right? Am I getting the names right? I always get them confused. Or is it Tonga Loa?
Tama and Tala. No, you're right. Yeah.
Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga. Tala's the tall one. I know that.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Okay.
All right, in the back.
I can't never keep track, though.
Go ahead. In the back, Jade runs Nick Aldis down, says that she wants Chelsea Green tonight. Nick Aldis says that's a good idea and makes the match official. Match number 2 is for the AAA Cruiserweight Championship. Ray Phoenix defending the title against Nathan Frazier. This was a very fast-paced matchup. Lots of 1-2 oohs. Nathan Frazier missed a suicide dive. Phoenix retains via Mexican Muscle Buster. This was a quick
100%.
match, but it was solid.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Honestly, Ray Phoenix being the AAA Cruiserweight Champion has been a godsend to SmackDown's creative. I think now that we're going back to this 2-hour schedule for SmackDown,
which starts
it
July 3rd,
won't be so hard. Yeah, which is next week.
Yep.
It won't be so hard for people to, like, that last hour you kind of zonk out, right? So is what it is.
We get a tag champion. We get the tag champions R-Truth and Damian Priest interview. War Raiders interrupt and offer a title versus title match. Priest and Truth accept. What do you think about that? Are you
honestly
tag titles?
I don't know if they're going to unify them, but I'll tell you this much: it wouldn't be bad to see one of the teams as a double champion. War Raiders suck. Sorry, not sorry. Or Viking Experience. What are we calling them nowadays? I can't never
War
keep
Raiders
up.
Is it?
Okay. So, Moose, by the way, thank you for the DM. I love that. The next thing I would have to say, is as long as they don't take the titles off of Priest and Truth and give them to the War Raiders, I'm a happy camper in this department. But can Truth and Priest handle themselves down in AAA? That is the next question.
So just knowing about that, they're actually building up Damian Priest to be a huge presence in AAA. So
yeah?
It could be a possibility.
Okay. Right.
Let's get back to it. LA Knight is there and goes straight into an interview. He says he has questions and he's heading to the ring. Then we get a King of the Ring, Queen in the Ring vignette. LA Knight comes out, calls out Solo Sikoa. LA's trying to figure out why Solo intervened on Monday. Solo no longer has anything to lose, he says. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. LA is skeptical as fuck. I hate the bloodline, he says, but thanks, but no thanks. Solo was trying his best to recruit LA Knight, and LA was like, nah, hell no. Go fuck yourself.
Well, even then, man, everybody is just kind of like in this anti-Solo camp. I think Solo's ending up back with the bloodline, dude. Dark Tree says, bunch of filler crap. Yeah.
And you're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. We get a Sami Zayn interview. He doesn't believe he has the title. He has the title shot. Still talking to Plankman, Johnny Gargano. This leads us into match number 3, which was Paige against Jacy Jayne. This match was clearly going to be shenanigans. FRP
from the start.
That's
from.
FRP.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay,
I know.
From the start, there's a point where Paige goes to dive on the outside and hits 2 out of 3 of Fatal Influence members, but Jacy Jayne delivers a punt to the face of Paige. Hat's net went out temporarily, but Paige picks up the victory. Really no surprise there. Dark Tree says, with
no,
the
not
TNA
at all.
buyout in the works, we are about to see even more filler crap. That's probably true.
Probably.
Like, WWE is going to be like this fucking syndicated program that you see all the time between Raw, SmackDown, AAA, TNA, and Evolve. Like, there's not going to be a night of the week. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, NXT. So, I mean, right there's 6 out of 7 days a week that you're going to be watching wrestling.
I mean, AEW is still a thing too, bro. So,
yeah, they go like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, something like that.
Yep. Lots of pro wrestling out there for you right now.
Oh, yeah. Los Garza destroy Danhausen's experiments. MFTs are leaving the arena and run into Finn Balor. Not a good convo. Tama Tonga isn't a fan of the past. Danhausen comes out with Miz and Kit Wilson, and they are still brainwashed. SmackDown goes back to 2 hours next week. Thank God. Danhausen is milking this bit so hard. Los Garza comes out to fight, and they attack Miz and Kit Wilson. Danhausen is left alone. Los Garza and Matt Cardona makes the save. Nick Aldis comes out and makes a match, which turns into a tag team match. Danhausen and Matt Cardona versus Los Garza. This was primarily a beatdown on Cardona. It eventually does turn around, and Cardona tags out Danhausen. Is a master of ring presence. Danhausen curses Berto, and the pyro goes off for Danhausen to get the win via like a scorpion death drop.
I mean, it looked pretty cool.
Yeah. Tony Khan has as much money as TKO. Tony Khan really don't have that money. His daddy has that money.
Yeah, that's daddy's money, bro. That's daddy's money. But GSK, you're not wrong. It wouldn't be the worst thing. It would be the worst thing to go back to a monopoly. I agree with you on that because 1,000% it would. Is my volume okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm adjusting here.
And you're right, GSK. He has access to it, but like at any time, Daddy could say no, and that's really, and as bad as I hate to say it, but if Daddy says no, that's the end of AEW because like there's no
100%.
financial backing.
What happens to those guys when they snip their paychecks? That's all I'm saying. He has access to, but even as much money as cons have, they do not have the fan base that WWE and TKO has. Says Dark Tree. Well, this is a solid debate, you guys. I would love to see where you guys end up on this one in chat. So please be my guest. Go through the list, talk it out. I would love. I'll read every bit of it as long as it stays civil, gentlemen. You know how it goes.
We get a Gunther interview. Cody screwed me twice. Tomorrow is going to go down different. He's coming out to tell him why. This leads us into match number 5, Chelsea Green versus Jade Cargill. Jade is obviously the stronger of these two. Badass hates to admit that. Chelsea kept getting in little flurries of offense. Jade Cargill mopped the floor with Chelsea and hit Jaded for the win. Tiffy Stratton came out to make the save with Alexa Bliss in tow. B-Fab mentioned attack from behind, and this turned into a 3-on-1 on Stratton.
Fair. Entirely fair. Honestly, I hate Jade Cargill. That is no secret. So it really okay. That's a weird statement, Dark Tree. Whatever. Can't go on voice for personal reasons. Cool. GSK said, let me find a stage. Cargill needs to go back to the Indies. Agreed. Yeah, Jade Cargill kind of dog stomped. Yeah, but she did dog stomp the shit out of Chelsea Green. 100% agree.
So after all that, we get a Solo interview. Royce Keith strolled up and told Solo good luck. We get a Rollins Breaker vignette, and then we get an interview with Trick Williams. Match number 6 and the main event of the evening was Jillia against Kiana James. Honestly, this was mostly Jillia's match. Kiana had a few decent spots, but the ending saw Jillia hit the Northern Lights bomb for the win. Blake Monroe finally, after a month or so of vignettes, shows up and attacks Jillia and hits her with a notch style pile driver.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the vignettes made her look better than she is.
Mm-hmm.
So just gonna throw that out there. All in all, wasn't a bad match though. Like, could have been worse. I'm just glad Kiana James didn't get the win.
Right.
So
Cody makes his way out to the ring. Sami Zayn immediately cuts him off when he gets in the ring. Says he's here to tell Cody face to face I regret some of how last week went down. This is not what I wanted, Sami says. Cody says enough. Stop playing the victim card. You caused this dude. Compares Sami to Kevin Owens. Sami tells Cody to keep KO's name out of his mouth, and Gunther makes his way to the ring. Gunther, what's with the drama? I don't give a fuck. I just want the title. Gunther says Sami is a non-factor. Sami says he will leave with the title and defend against King of the Ring. Jey Uso comes out, much to everyone's surprise. Jey attempts to run it back. Gunther says no. Jey cuts a decent promo, calls Gunther a little bitch, and they exchange blows. And after Cody and Jey are left standing, out comes Oba. Oba stands on the apron and eyeballs Jey, who drops a super kick on Cody. Gunther shows up and drops Jey, then gets dropped by Sami. Then Sami gets dropped by Cody. Oba steps in the ring, and there's a stare down to close the show between Cody Rhodes and Obafemi. That
Honestly,
was
this
pretty heavy
closing
for
segment,
15 minutes. Like
it
they
sure
got
was.
like 15
Chef's
minutes to
kiss.
roll that. And I mean they done good. Everybody kind of getting their own little thing at the end. But like the stare down between Cody and Oba was just absolutely amazing.
Cody should have kept KO's name out of this. Leads me to believe they are setting seeds for KO's return. I'm going to disagree with you, Dark Tree, and here's why. And spoiler alert again for the predictions portions of this show. I'm calling Sami Zayn to pick up the dub tomorrow. So, that being said, Buddha, what did you give SmackDown tonight?
Looking at what you gave it, I'm gonna agree with you and say 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Sammy so winning. I agree, Moose. I agree. Love that layout, by the way. That looked wonderful. Check that DM. Chef's kiss. This is the portion of the show where if you do want to come up while we do the predictions, you're more than welcome to. Exclamation point stage, or you can click on the pin link. It's at the top of the chat. It will bring you directly to the Doobie Den where we have the stage wide open. We do already have Caledon here with us. Caledon, buddy, what's up? How you doing, man? Welcome in. I sent you the invitation. All you should just have to click accept. So there he is.
Yep. Hello.
What's up, GSK?
Life's good today. I can't complain.
How are you? How are you feeling after this week?
As far as the new arc, yeah, it's nothing amazingly special. I think the research is really good, and
No,
they're doing.
I'm in on the wrestling side, brother.
Oh, the
wrestling side.
Wrestling shit. Dynamite was a kick last night. So
yeah.
WWE's just they're treading water. I'm not excited about SummerSlam yet, and I don't see a lot of build towards it yet. What's going on? Yeah. The MFTs, who cares? They were dead in the water anyways. And if Sami Zayn doesn't win a title soon, and if Chad Gable does not win a title soon, I'm going to shoot somebody.
Okay.
Chad Gable
strong opinions to have.
Chad Gable needs a title. The man has done so much work, and even his little apology segment was awesome, even though she told him no.
Yeah.
That was great.
Honestly, for me, I do see Sami Zayn, and I know I spoiled this already. We're gonna go to the predictions in just a second. You're welcome to join us for that. But for me, I saw Sami Zayn walking out of Saudi Arabia tomorrow with the WWE Championship, and he's probably going to end up facing either Gunther or Cody in a rematch. So I'm feeling pretty good on that.
Yeah, feel good title change. Sure, why not?
Right, Buddha.
Yo,
you're up, buddy. What was your thoughts? Like, I know we're not at the Brad part yet, but was there anything in regards to the AEW stuff that you wanted to add to our field reporter for AEW? GSK is our unofficial field reporter.
Oh yeah. We'll do the AEW debate after the predictions.
Okay. All right.
I got some data.
Okay.
Well, speaking of predictions, let's go ahead and get into the predictions for tomorrow's Night of Champions. Starting off with the first match, the King of the Ring final, Obafemi versus Jey Uso. Your thoughts?
In all reality, and I know I've already said this, but if you don't pick Obafemi here, you're losing your flipping mind. However, there is the bloodline factor. So my choice is Obafemi. You guys do what you want.
I agree with you. I think Obafemi's taking it.
Services will be held for Mr. Uso on 6/28.
I like that.
Hell yeah.
He's dead.
Queen of the Ring final will be Io Sky taking on Liv Morgan. Buddha, you're up first on this one.
I really want to say Io Sky. I really want to say Io
Int-
Sky.
You and I are going to have a difference of opinion on this show, my friend, and I'm cool with that. It's been a while since we disagreed. Because
Wait a minute.
MJ's
Wait
going
a minute.
full
Wait a minute.
Liv Morgan.
I didn't say I was going with Io Sky. I said I want to go. I said I want to
Oh,
go
okay. Okay.
with Io Sky.
Okay.
That's what I
okay,
want to
all
happen.
Right, I hear you.
But unfortunately, I have to go with you on this as well and say Liv Morgan because they've just got her pushing too much power right now for it to. The only way I see Io winning tomorrow, and I don't know if you caught this when we were talking about it earlier, but the only way I see Io coming away with a victory tomorrow is if Raquel or Roxanne just happen to accidentally do something to make Liv lose.
I think that's agreeable. GSK, you know where we're standing. Where are you at, buddy?
Oh, Liv has been a buzzsaw. She is the face that runs the place right now on the women's side, especially if Rhea's hurt. So she's their go-to.
Right.
All right, match number 3 that we're looking at: United States Championship, Trick Williams versus Ricky Saints.
Honestly, I don't like either one of these competitors, and I wish that there was a Money in the Bank or some kind of bullshit we could throw in here, some kind of shenanigans to get a third challenger. But since there's not, I'm going to say Trick Williams retains, like hands down.
And I'm going to agree with you. Ricky Saints hasn't been up long enough to actually be able to pull it. Trick Williams is just getting started as far as his title reign goes. Not to mention he's a big face now, so I have to think that Trick retains. Caldon, what's your thoughts?
The fans lose. It doesn't matter who wins. The fans lose.
That's fair.
Fair. Fair. So you don't got one? You're not picking one?
I don't care. I don't care who wins. That's my problem.
Trick,
I think Trick retains, but I just don't care who wins because neither one of them are doing that much for me either. I didn't even like Ricky in AEW. I was glad when they scooped him up. It's like, okay, take him off the payroll. Cool.
No, I agree. I agree. He didn't really work very well there. Match number 4 for tomorrow is the Women's United States Championship. It's going to be your reigning champion, Tiffany Stratton, taking on the menace that I absolutely refuse to root for, period, ever, Jade Cargill. Buddha, you're up.
Tiffy Stratton, all the way. I will be really pissed off if they have Tiffy lose another title to Jade Cargill. I will have to say I will be really pissed off.
Be a real shitty way to do her. Tiffy time, says Moose. I love it. I love it. What do you say, GSK?
Oh, I would want to go with the fans lose, but only because Tiffany's gonna have to wear a bodysuit in Saudi Arabia, so we lose no matter what. But I'm hoping Tiffany wins.
Retro with the 20. Thank you for your 20 stream streak. I appreciate you. Okay. Be good, Dark. Yeah, so Tiffany Stratton for you as well, it sounds like.
Yep, can't stand Jade. Again, another one in AEW who really sucked. And it was no loss.
Yeah, that's when I wish WWE would have just left out there in the independent circuit.
Exactly.
Very vocal about this. Hunter, Paul, what are you doing, dude? Anyway,
match 5.
Buddha, I think this one's you.
Steel cage match: Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins. Braun Breaker. Let me just Seth freaking Rollins, dude. It's gonna be Seth Rollins. Come on.
I disagree. I think it's gonna be Braun Breaker.
You disagree?
I disagree. They're trying to build Braun right now.
One more time?
I don't see them having him drop to Seth Rollins, especially in a steel cage match.
You see, I thought I misheard you.
No,
Thought I misheard you for a second there. It sounded like you said Braun Breaker. So
I did say Braun Breaker.
mm.
You can look at the camera all
Assuming,
funny all you want to.
assuming Braun Breaker doesn't injure himself on the way to the ring, he should win. Actually,
See,
he's getting
Yeah,
he's getting a reputation as very injury prone though. All of a sudden,
Oval. Yeah, Braun Breaker has always been kind of easy to break, unfortunately. The last match on the card is the WWE Undisputed Championship of the World. It is your triple threat match. And this one's the one that's a little iffy, I feel like, although I can see things. I went with Sami Zayn. That was very public about that, but I'm curious to hear what you guys have to think. Buddha.
I think Sami Zayn gets the pin on Gunther. Cody
Ooh,
doesn't
okay,
have
do
to.
that.
Cody doesn't have to be pinned to lose the title, and it's a good way to make him still look good.
Triple threat matches are no disqualification matches. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yep.
GSK, what do you think?
I have been a Sami Zayn fan since the first time I actually saw him in WWE, and I went back and watched tons of his stuff in Ring of Honor. This first match when he took on Shinsuke Nakamura in his debut, and saw how good this kid was, and it's like, yeah, I've been rooting for him for years. So yeah, I'm hoping he gets the finishing mark to his very long tenure and very doing anything for the company and making himself look like an idiot sometimes doing it.
Agreed.
I agree.
Wins the title
I
here.
agree. I have to admit, I think he's long overdue for a title. It would be really good for him to pick up the win in Saudi. He doesn't have to keep it long, but it would be good for him to at least pull that into his repertoire, if you
Yep.
will.
Yep.
So that's all we have though as far as matches for tomorrow and stuff goes. So GSK, you had some money points on AEW. I'm actually really curious to hear this. So
Yeah, let me just grab it back. I gotta pull up get back to my data here. They had some.
yeah, get your data. Get your data.
Yeah.
Again, GSK
Okay,
is
so,
our unofficial
yeah.
AEW reporter. So
So so WWE's been around forever, and they have ridiculous amounts of money tied up in pay-per-views and a publicly traded company and all that. So they're always going to win in viewership. But the most part is their viewership is always going to watch them, irregardless of how good or how bad the product is. And every one of their stars is interchangeable and disposable. So the one thing that shows up in AEW's numbers is their pay-per-views, which are still on a traditional spend $50 or whatever to buy it. They get 130 to 150,000 buys, which is crazy. But most importantly, even though their audience is like 600,000 most weeks, they convert 25% of the audience into pay-per-view buys. How many people watch a WWE show and actually go out and buy anything, merch or whatever? Yeah, no, I mean, they have built a base in 8 years, that most companies, most sports companies, or any weekly episodic TV, as WWE used to put it, would die to have. And they've converted big companies into sponsors and putting their programming on. No, I don't think they have a problem. I don't think they're going anywhere, regardless of what the market's going to do around them, because they have just built a very loyal and rabid fan base, which actually follows the product rather than it's Monday night, turn on WWE Raw because that's what we do. Yeah. It's a different fan base. They really do appeal to different market segments, storylines and whatever for WWE, and hopefully get some storylines every once in a while versus an athletic thing, which is why the biggest WWE success story this year is Danhausen, and AEW couldn't make him because they don't do that kind of stories.
no, but WWE do.
Yep. And Danhausen is amazing there.
I'm not saying those kind of stories are bad, right? Those are right up WWE's alley. But
Yep.
back in the 90s, I was the guy that was flipping between both channels, right? Buddha, I
Yep.
know you were right there with me. We did
Oh,
this
yeah.
together.
Oh, yeah.
We used to flip between WWE and F at the time, but WWE and WCW. And it was always who had the best talent, who had the better people. Don't get me wrong. Both shows have amazing talent. Like I am a huge Y2J fan. Always have been. I am a huge Hardy's fan. I am a huge Edge and Christian fan. AEW has so many good talents. And by no means am I sitting here, am I trashing them? I never would. But WWE has the market, and they just will. You can throw in a so huge amount of money into your roster and buy out all the contracts. WWE will be larger at the end of the day for it. And
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to be Mr. Negative here, but that's my counter to that argument. I agree both shows are good. Sometimes AEW is better than WWE. Sometimes WWE is better than AEW. Hands down. Buddha, what about you, man? Where are you at in this debate between WWE and AEW?
I mean, WWE just needs to pick up the storylines, and I think they'd be doing a lot better. AEW's good. I've been keeping up with it a little bit more. It comes up on my feed a lot, so I get to see a lot.
Yeah.
I don't believe a 350-pound man should be doing lucha libre stuff. Caldon, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about with that. However, it did look good. It's just very scary to watch.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, some of the AEW stuff just intrigues me because it just seems more often an athletic contest. And yes, they sometimes they go too far in the finisher spam, but WWE does that too. And yeah, by the third time you drop somebody on their head, it should be freaking over. But yeah, I mean, they've had some really good storyline payoffs. Edge and Cope and Christian winning the world title after chasing it for a while, and Edge breaking his arm in between, so he had to take some time off even. The Swerve Strickland story has been going on forever, and when he's snapping really badly at this point, he's going to hurt somebody soon, which is going to make for great TV when he does.
Right.
So, yeah. No.
I think we are about to have to kind of wrap things up, though.
Sure.
JSK, you got any final thoughts before we close out?
No, I mean, I hope TNA survives, honestly, because as I was saying in the chat, the more places people have to work and the more chance they have to get reps, the better it is for us fans going up forward.
Absolutely.
Which is why Jade Cargill sucks so badly. She's had so many opportunities and she still doesn't do the work.
Do you have any questions for Hannah?
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Buddha, what about you, man? You got anything else you want to address the chat with?
We will be live tomorrow. Probably about the same time, because I don't know how, I don't get off till 10, so try to watch it during, somehow or another. So
I see. What's up, Alliance mate? Yeah, tomorrow night about 11 p.m. We are probably about to raid out, though. I'm going to send my viewers over to Mr. Iron Fister tonight. He's the one on. He's about to run some marbles, and I'd like to kind of get folks over there. Maybe you can get a chance to win some Iron Fister merch. Buddha, close us up.
That being said, we want to thank everybody for coming on to watch the stream tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Caldon, thanks so much for being in the chat and on stage with us. We greatly appreciate you. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow night, about 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will go over the card for Night of Champions. Until then, I'm Buddha. That's Hat. We are Revolution X. This has been the Rev X Wrestling Review. Peace out, guys. Later.
Stay frosty, y'all. Be good. Thank you, GSK.